Hello, HotWater. I just thought I've always wanted to stand in front of this sign because all my comedy friends have just updated their Facebook profiles with that sort of picture early. So I'm originally from McGull, which is just down the way, so we've got someone in from McGull. But I now live in St Helens, which was recently described as a shithole, and it's like the hills have eyes. So if you've seen the film, you might guess what it's like. That was by a Celebrity Big Brother contestant, Gabby Allen. She also went on to say that it had the biggest rate of incest in the country, so that's where I now sort of reside, really. So it's nice to have something to be proud of, really, because we've lost the coal industry. My normal go-to sort of pride about St Helens is the rugby team or Johnny Vegas, really. We also have one sort of claim to fame is that we've got the biggest spice problem in the country, really. So, but I think the biggest spice problem we have in St Helens is not enough to go around to make us forget that we're in St Helens. So I'm new to comedy, so ignore the shambling sort of nervous wreck before you. This is a midlife crisis. You know, I know what you're thinking. He looks like a young comedian. It's the lighting in it, it's very good, really. So I don't know what sort of vibe to give off, really, because, you know, I'm not... I could have come on and said, yo motherfuckers, but I'm not a yo motherfucker. I look like Stephen Merchant has let himself go and he's got Lambretta vouchers for Christmas. So there is certain, you know, as a comedian, you could get away with that yo motherfucker vibe, but there's certain jobs that you couldn't really. So for instance, yo motherfucker, this is your captain speaking, we are coming into Dublin International Airport. Yo motherfucker, if you turn to page 58, we'll sing All Creatures Great and Small. Yo motherfucker, congratulations Mr. Reynolds is twins, so I'd probably get away with it in this job, really. So I'm not one for watching much television. I was a bit disappointed to find out that Killer Women with Piers Morgan was an abbreviation. I was hoping it was Killer Women with Piers Morgan left in a room with anthrax guns and knives while the warders had gone away, really. So there are some major irritants in this world, and Piers Morgan is among them, really. I don't know if you saw his interview with Donald Trump the other week. Journalism, it wasn't. It was more like a presidential reach around. It was more like Brokeback Mountain meets Dumber and Dumber, really. So it stopped short of journalism. I thought it was going to... It couldn't have got any worse if Piers Morgan had come on stage and started singing Happy Birthday, Mr. President. A nice topical Marilyn Monroe joke there for you, really. So, as I said, I'm going through a bit of a midlife crisis. I've just given up my job, so if anyone's going to say, don't give up the day job, it's too late, really. My job is ruined by students. I know we've got some students in the room. My job is a lecturer. That's why my job is ruined by students. I've got a love-hate relationship with students. Not all of them. Some of them are great. It's the lazy bastards I don't like. Which there's quite a lot of them, really. One year I had a student who killed off 10 grandparents. I felt some sympathy for her because I thought her GP was Harold Shipman. I had another student one year who sort of decided to sort of, well, I'll go through the story. His name was Ben. Let's call him Ben. That was his name. He was what you would describe as a character. I hate doing that, but I'll have to do it. So he's a character. So he came up to me one time after a lecture and just said, can I order a pizza to be delivered to the lecture? So my sort of initial reaction was, no, you fucking well can't, but professionalism kicked in and I said, no, and then his sort of reaction to that was, but it's 2 for 1 Tuesdays, as if I was going to say, oh, well, why didn't you say? Bring that pizza to the back of the room and I'll have a slice. No anchovies, no pineapple on that as well, really. So I saw my first Christmas advert the other day, which I don't particularly like Christmas. As a bloke, I'm not really sort of in the sort of Christmas spirit. I like Christmas itself, but not the whole shopping nature. The best bit of advice I heard about Christmas shopping was last year. I was in John Lewis's in Liverpool 1. I was walking through, and this guy in the most broadest Scouse accent turned to his friend and said, I don't know what to get me tart for Christmas. And then the other one, in the broadest Scouse accent, goes, get her a fucking candle. Birds love candles. So God knows what that poor, unfortunate lady was going to get for Christmas, really. So I'm not a big sort of shopper. My attitude to shopping is a bit like my attitude to sex. I just like to get in there, get out as quickly as possible, and put my clothes back on. I get mixed. Is that shopping or sex? That's probably why I'm banned from Aldi, really. So yes, I don't like the whole feedback culture in shops. When you go into a shop, I went to buy some mints in Boots the other day, and it was like, oh, can you just write some feedback? And I was like, oh, I've only just bought some mints, so don't particularly like that. I also don't like the over-familiarity in shops as well, especially in Boots. Again, you're thinking, he's in Boots quite a lot. What's wrong with it? Nothing's wrong with you, just like going to Boots, like getting the club card points, really. So I was in Boots in St. Helens, and I was buying tea tree shower gel. I know you're thinking, he's from St. Helens, he looks more of a Lynx Africa type of guy, really. But I do like the finer things in life, really. So I'm going through this sort of the tea tree shower gel, and the girl goes to me, oh, it's nice stuff that, but you have to be very careful. You don't get it on your bits, because it makes them go all tingly. So I'm standing there, me, thinking, God, I'm confronted by this girl who's just thrust her tingly bits in my face, with not literally, it's just sort of metaphorically, as it were. So I'm trying to think, how do we get out of this? So obviously, at the end of that transaction, she goes to me, can you give me some feedback? So I said, I'd like to know a little less about your tingly bits, thank you very much, really. So I now shop at Superdrug, really. So I'm going to end with a football joke. And you think, football joke? Hear me out. My team signed, which is Everton, boo if you want. That's not going to sound good on the recording. My team signed Bernard. Manchester United signed Fred. They don't sound to me like Brazilian football names. They sound to me like a 70s paedophile or a 70s comedian, really. So they're not... Sorry if there's any Bernards and Freds in the room, right, by the way. Yeah. Sorry, Fred. Present company accepted, really. So they don't sound particularly Brazilian names. In my day, it was sort of Jairzinho, Garrincha, and Socrates, names that rolled off the tongue. In 2014, there was the World Cup in Brazil, and you could put your name into a sort of World Cup shirt generator. So I did this because I thought, I want to get one of those sort of classic 70s shirts. I want to put my name on the back. And so I put my name in, Paul Clark. I thought it was going to be Clarkatino or Paulinho. My name was Clito. Here is the evidence. It's not a comic contrivance. That is my football name. So yes, it's a name that rolls off the tongue on certain occasions, I suppose. And I wasn't going to get that name on the back of my shirt, because if I put it in my wardrobe, I'd have to get my girlfriend to help me locate it, really. So, thank you very much, you've been great.